Tracy asked about fostering Great Danes, and as some of you know, I have a Great Dane. His name is Slim. He absolutely loves sitting out here on the back deck. Tracy had asked specifically if I planned on fostering more dogs, and if I did, whether they would be strictly Danes or if I would be open to fostering any type of dog. I thought I would just kind of give you a little bit of history on that, on why I have a Great Dane and why I fostered Great Danes. First of all, Slim is actually my very first pet ever. And so a lot of people question that, like, oh my gosh, what big, right? I mean, why not start with a smaller pet? I have to tell you, I'm not really a dog person, which is kind of shocking, I know. But I was on a trip, and we're actually going just down to Atlanta and stopped in to see a friend. And was with Dwayne, and it was one of Dwayne's friends. And she had a couple of dogs, 2 or 3, and one of them was a Great Dane that she had just rescued. And he was old, and he was absolutely beautiful. And I looked at Dwayne and I said, you know what? I said, this is the first dog I think that I could just like steal right now and take home with me. So from that point forward, I was absolutely hooked. I had the bug. So I got on Craigslist, just checked out, several options for, where could I find a Great Dane. I knew that there was an issue with the economy so bad that a lot of the larger animals were up for adoption or were needing, new homes because they are very expensive to feed. I was specifically looking to give a new home to a Great Dane, and that's when I came across danesfordanes.org. It's actually a local organization here in Middle Tennessee, and they help Danes find good homes, and they help Dane lovers find good Danes. That's how it all started. I got with the organization, and they did hook me up with a beautiful female Dane, and her name was Lola, and unfortunately she tried to eat my children. Her and I got along great, mind you, but there was this issue of I couldn't, leave her alone, even so much as turn my back in the same room with the children. So, and my kids are not little; they're 15 and 20. But she was just a one-person dog, period. So that didn't work out, but she did end up finding a fabulous home. So the organization hooked me up with Slim, and they said, okay, just try this out for a couple of weeks and see, how it's going to go, and decide from there. So basically, I just got to foster him at first instead of going full into an adoption. I took both the children with me, and I shouldn't call them children anymore. They're like almost adults, but I took them both with me just to make sure there wouldn't be any immediate reaction. And Slim, took to all of us pretty well. He was a very shy dog. Very timid at first and quite small. I at first thought that was because of his age, because he was only 1 at the time, but it turns out he is a runt, and I tell him that every day. So Slim, of course, is no longer shy. He is actually very much a lap dog, which for his size takes quite a lap. So there were several opportunities. Once I had Slim for a while and kind of got used to having a pet, especially one this size, there were several opportunities to foster other Danes temporarily. And being in love with the breed already, like I said, from first sight, I decided to give it a shot. And very, pretty much inexperienced with dogs in general, much less giant dogs. But absolutely loved the breed, just fell in love with them, like I said. And I almost have this kind of separation of thought between Dane and dog, which I think is probably pretty common for Dane lovers. So I did foster a couple of others. One was Chloe, and she was just a puppy, and boy was she a handful. Didn't get to keep her very long, but she was absolutely adorable. And the other was Mercy, and I actually had Mercy for, I think, around 6 weeks or a couple of months. And she was interesting. Like, she was constantly battling me as alpha female, and it was an interesting experience. But she ended up finding an awesome home outside of New York with a 1-dog family. She's the only dog in the house, the only Dane, and seems very happy. So I keep checking in on her via Facebook, and she seems just absolutely happy. The question is, would I foster again, and would I choose any other breed? I would foster again. It's probably something I'd more likely do in the winter, because in the summer it's really a handful to go hiking or go for walks or whatever with more than 1 Dane, especially when they get rowdy or a squirrel runs by or something crazy like that. But yeah, I would definitely foster another Dane. I absolutely love the organization that helped me find Slim and then helped Slim find me. It's called, again, danesfordanes.org. And they just really go out of their way to make a good pair and to help you out and to help you get acclimated with each other. And I can't say enough about Caroline York, who I've worked with. So yes, I will foster for them again when the opportunity comes up and the time is right. As for other breeds of dogs, I don't have an interest, and that might sound cruel or whatever, but I know that I'm absolutely in love with Danes, and I couldn't possibly give the same amount of affection and attention to another dog. Although my son has a pug that is the cutest thing ever. Billy is the pug's name. Some of you have seen that on facebook.com/SlimAdventures. That's Slim's Facebook page. So some of you met Billy over the summer when Billy was here visiting, and just a baby little pug thing, and so adorable and so cute. And that was all fine and good, but, I was happy when she left. And so was Slim. So there's just not been another breed that I have fallen in love with like I have with Danes.